If you want your house to be absolutely wow, more than just a Christmas tree, a wreath, or a garland, watch this video because today I'm going to show you how you can swap it out and make it fabulous for the holidays. Even your walls can play a part in your Christmas decorations. Swap this for that. Swap that for this. Deck the halls, the walls, and everything in between. Ideas for areas to add your Christmas decorations that you probably haven't thought about yet. You can make a really big impact on your Christmas decorating by accessorizing in your home. So we're going to talk about that category first. What I want you to understand is that it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You just have to think clearly. So the purpose of this video today is to give you ideas and inspiration of how you can look at what I've done and go, oh, I have a table like that, or oh, I have a cabinet like that, or a bookcase, and you can do it too. So let's get started with how I do the swapping for accessories. I have vignettes like this all throughout my house, and it creates like this thread that goes from room to room. But if this intimidates you and you think, well, yes, Rebecca, it's beautiful because you did it. It's so simple, and it's so simple that I'm actually going to deconstruct it right before your very eyes. I'm going to say, you know what? Let me show you how easy this is to do. Now, I have lanterns, maybe you have candles, or maybe you have a couple of deer or Santa Clauses, whatever you want to use, 2 figurines of some sort, mine are lanterns. I stick them on the table. One is taller and larger, and I put it in the back, and one is shorter and smaller, and I put it in the front, so it's a graduating effect. The next thing I have, and these are also from Amber Marie, but I bought these bottle brush picks. When you get them, they're tight like this, but you can pull them apart, and once you do, then I take the end here and I literally wrap it around my hand to create kind of a base. Look, I'm almost done, aren't I? This whole thing is done with 2 sprays of bottle brush, all right? Here's the second one, but I took it apart and made it into 4 separate pieces. So here we go. We're gonna take this one as single, and we're gonna let it go almost to the end of the table. This one, a double. We're gonna put this over here and fan it out to make it a little bit broader. This one is another double. We're gonna put this in the middle to kind of cover up all of those stems. Look how beautiful that is already. And then a final one here, we could stick this anywhere. I think I'll put it this way and let it kind of go through there. I'm just gonna leave that standing up. I didn't even have it that way before. Then I make myself, and I have other videos that show you exactly how I make my custom bows. This is a 5-loop bow. It has 3 loops on this side and 2 on this, and then 2 tails. I'm gonna place this right here at the base of the candle, kind of manipulate it the way I want, and then bring this through, sort of bringing that into the other part. Then I have a 3rd pick, and it's not even in the entire pick. I cut these off of a pick of copper-laden berries. Stick that in the center there, right here near the bow and right at the base, and you cover up anything that doesn't look all that great. And look, in what, 2 minutes, I have created a beautiful centerpiece for my absolutely luxurious living room. Other things in this room took longer than 2 minutes, but this, 2 minutes. And you can do it too. Let's take a look at a few other places where I swapped out my existing accessories and brought in some new ones for Christmas. Above the windows and over my kitchen sink, I removed an existing round clock. And I swapped it out for a custom embellished wreath, an oval wreath with bells and berries and ribbons, all the things that bring in my theme and my color scheme. In my family room, I swapped out my sea urchin lamp for a very beautiful collection of items, which is nutcrackers and greens and bells, all the things that again continue to bring my theme across the table, around the room, and create flow in my home. In my dining room, I swapped out a grouping of 3 mixed metal vessels, and I replaced it with this. And let me just tell you, what you just saw me do here, same kind of thing in my dining room. That dining room table was so simple and easy to put together. Remember, get your picks and your sprays. It's such a valuable thing to have while you're doing your Christmas decorating. And little bits here and there allow you to carry your look and your theme and Christmas throughout your entire home. Above my kitchen cabinets, I have a collection of white vases, pottery pieces, and I swapped them out for a gorgeous green iced garland. Touches of bows and berries add so much to the color scheme and the look that allow it to flow from room to room, connecting your color scheme and theme throughout. Yes, I use a lot of greens in my home, and I do carry them throughout here and there, and I use different styles of picks and evergreens essentially. But it doesn't always have to be evergreen. For example, in my family room, I swapped out a stack of books and a vase with hydrangeas in it. What did I swap it out for? Well, I have a Santa tray, a little artificial tree, an ornament, and a little sprig of berries. Swapping out this for this lovely couple. Are you starting to see the theme that pulls these things together? You see the greens underneath there? Again, cut, snip, stick underneath, super easy, almost just like nothing. Add a few little pomegranates in there and you'll get that sparkle and shine. And then, of course, for me, on that same credenza, I did add my acrylic angels. I'm just saying, you don't have to have them, but if you do, use them. And in my family room, I kind of switched it and swapped it, but not every single item. Take a look here. What I normally have on that coffee table is this amazing piece of wood that I had on top of that, a plant, a candle. Very simple, very clean. But at Christmas time, oh, I swapped it. Did I swap it? I swapped it for a mama deer and her baby doe. Is it a doe or a fawn? Would you Google that? And of course, I've added all these things around it in a candle, but she's sitting on that same existing piece of wood. So you don't have to take everything out. If it works, keep it. But if it doesn't, eliminate before you decorate. The last accessory grouping I want to show you, and trust me, I have way more. I'm just showing you a few, okay? The last one that I did was I swapped out what was on my counter in my kitchen. What's typically on my kitchen countertop is a grouping of plants. I love fresh plants, but I take all of those out at Christmas time. And I swapped it for this. Who does not love a distressed rocking horse? Is that the cutest thing ever? So that is an investment piece, but if you are at the stage in life where you're able to, add some investment pieces to your Christmas decorations every year, you may be creating a collection of things that you need to find a place to fit them in. Well, things like countertops, tabletops, side tables, credenzas, tops of china cabinets. I even have things on top of my piano because the lid is down. So you can find places to use them, spread them out, and spread the holiday cheer throughout your home. Everything you're going to see in this video is, of course, available on the Amber Marie & Company website. Do you ever ask yourself, oh, do I have enough balls on my tree? Or, she says picks and sprays all the time, but I don't know how many to buy. You buy 4 picks and you get them home. Trust me, my friend, they will go so fast and they won't spread around. So that's why a lot of people don't decorate a lot of different little areas of their home because they don't have the product. Invest some money in getting good quality picks and sprays, artificial things that you can use and manipulate around. And I'm going to show you here today, plus all the other Christmas decorating videos that I've done this year will show you as well. But here's the thing I want to bring up. Do you know how many you need of anything? Would you like to know how many balls and ornaments are on my tree right now? That tree or that tree? You want to know how much ribbon it took for me to do my tree? How would you like to know how many spinners are on my tree? You guys have been asking for it for years, and I now have a product that we just recently launched. It's called Rebecca's World Famous Christmas Recipes. Do not be fooled. It has nothing to do with cooking. It's 30 pages that we give you PDF explaining to you all the items you need, just like a recipe, the ingredients and how much of it. Do you need 4 cups, 5 cups, 3 rolls, 4 rolls? I tell you that, based on the height of your tree. We also talk about what you need for garlands and tree toppers and tree skirts. So not only do I tell you the quantities of what you need, but I give you the directions on how to cook up the best decorating extravaganza you have ever had, with confidence, because you're following the recipe. You guys, this topic and the whole reason for this video is so important. You know why? Because I want you to experience what I experience when I walk. I just walked from my living room into my family room, and you know what it did? It gave me joy. I was so happy. The colors in here, they envelop me. And I think part of the reason is because everywhere I look, there's just a little touch of Christmas, including, and not stopping at, pillows for my sofa. I swapped out the pillows that used to be here, which were velvet. I love velvet pillows because the color's just so luxurious and lustrous. Anyway, they were gray and what I call acorn, or sometimes I call it persimmon. Sometimes I call it just rust. Well, now look, I kept my color scheme in mind, guys. I bought these on Amazon. You know, they come with the pillow forms inside. I take them out and I fill it with down feather, the inserts, just because I think it's more comfortable. But look, then this pillow, this is our hero pillow that matches my whole theme for this room. And this is in plaid. And of course it says joy, which is exactly how I feel and what I get when I walk into this room. So that's the point and the message of this video today. I want you to see these swaps so that you can see how you can add Christmas throughout your home everywhere without breaking the bank, but just with a little bit of intention and maybe some inspiration, which is what this video is all about. Let me show you what I did in my living room when it comes to pillows. When I stop to think that I have a black-blue wall straight ahead of me, a black wall over here, and black curtains over here, I needed something in the center of the room to center it with that same rich, deep, contrasting color. Using black was perfect. The black velvet pillows are also from Amazon.com. We're gonna talk about my favorite swap of all things that I do at Christmas time. Yes, I love accessories, I love pillows, but the thing that a lot of people don't think about, and I actually just started doing maybe 5 years ago, huge game changer difference, adding artwork that is Christmas related. Over the years, I have bought my artwork on an online site, and I spend between $700 to $1,000 per piece of art. And sometimes I do 4 or 5 pieces. I know, right? So it's an investment. And I don't want to reuse it the next year. That's the problem for me, because I have to do something new. Hello. So let me show you this amazing art that I swapped out this year that is so affordable. It's like a third of the cost, maybe even 25% of the cost on some of these. And it's memorable, it's special, and I think you're gonna love it. Rosalie's moving on to a swap. She's gonna swap out the art in my family room. I had 4 pieces of art here before. The colors are great year round, but at Christmas time, who doesn't love this Santa Claus? This is like one of the best things I have bought all year. And wait till I tell you the price. It's on the Amber Marie and Company website. I believe it's about a 2-week lag time to get it because they special order them. This guy here, the original size is much longer, but I had mine cropped up, and I think he's a little bit narrower. And look at the size on the website. But this particular guy, he's $199. For less than $200, you can change up your art for Christmas and make such a huge impact in your room. If you have a Christmas tree in your room and next to it is a large seascape, it's just not gonna give the same message and the same feel and the same joy to you at Christmas time than a Christmas-related piece of art will. But this isn't the only place that I have Christmas art. You wanna see the rest? Let's take a look. Here.
Oh my gosh! Oh, did you see that lightning? I mean,
It is. It's a take.
oh my gosh. From here, Susan's back.
Mm-hmm.
And now the sizing has dried. We needed 24 hours to cure, and now you're putting actually wallpaper
This
paste.
is the paste on it, yes.
So this will be fun. And then once all the glue goes down, it's time to slither down our nativity scene.
Oh.
I can't even begin to express the impact that this nativity has on my fireplace. Obviously, I painted the wall around it to make it even more wow, but you know, you can hang this on its own if you have a place for it. Take a look on the website at the actual size that you get, but just remember, you can always roll that scroll up and make it smaller if the location that you have is better for a smaller size. And guess what, guys? This one is also $199. Here's an important concept. You may want to swap your art pieces for something else. Take the art piece that you currently have down, like in this corner in my living room. I'm going to swap these two pieces for 2 floor lamps. That gave me balance and symmetry on the wall that has my acrylic angels and my Holy Family in the center, and it makes for an absolutely beautiful first impression. And another example of a swap where I take down existing art and I replace it for this. Note that the pine cones are sitting on the same exact picks and sprays of bottle brush greens that I used on my coffee table. And the blue velvet ribbon is used at the top as a bow. Very simple, very quick, and very beautiful. I have another category. I'm going to take you that way. As a professional interior designer, I have long been a lover of fresh plants and fresh trees in your home as opposed to artificial. But what about during the holidays? Do you keep your trees and your plants along with all your Christmas decorations? Not if you want it to look amazing and if you want it to look classy. So every year, about a week before I start my Christmas decorating, I actually have my plant company come in and take all of my plants and all of my trees out. And I swap them for things like a fiddle leaf fig tree for this, a gorgeous oversized brass antiqued angel, and a garland that comes from the ceiling down. Another thing I do is I swap out this huge, beautiful bamboo tree in my sunroom for this. And of course, I removed the oversized pots and the big, beautiful plants that sit in front of the windows in my family room. I swapped those out for this. The principle of plant swapping goes throughout my entire home, but those are just a few to give you a taste and an idea of what you can do when you eliminate before you decorate. I want to take you into another room and show you what I do with large pieces of furniture that really don't have to stay for the holidays. I know this is a little more of a commitment, but if you can do it, what a difference you can make. I have a kind of a twofold swap for this wall here. I actually have a pair of etagères. And what are etagères? Well, for me, it's a piece of furniture on the bottom like a cabinet, and then the top part is open shelves. Mine are 2-piece, so for years I have swapped out the accessories that are on these shelves. Well, last year I discovered I could take the top off of this cabinet and just move the shelving units and keep the cabinets on the bottom, and I put on top of there some really fabulous nutcrackers. This year, I think we've taken it to the whole next level with swapping it for my angels. A pair of angels that face each other. These are also the canvases that we used in the other places for art. Now these I think are $250, and you can get them facing each other, so you can get a pair like I did, or you can get just a single. Be sure to look at the website to make sure that the size that's offered will fit in your location, but that was a really good swap, don't you think? It's kind of next level, but yeah, if you can do it, do it. The next thing I'm going to show you is another swap I did with a piece of furniture, because I had a piece of furniture in my kitchen. And in my kitchen, we decided to take out the desk that was sitting underneath of the window. Rosalie and I, here she is, we are going to move. I'm going to show you this desk that I have in my kitchen. So strong. She's picking up the desk because we're going to swap this for this. That simple 4 square foot piece of real estate in my kitchen has now been put to its maximum use. And joy, that doesn't even begin to describe how much I love that little corner now, or that area leading on into my kitchen. Now let's talk about another swap, another category. This is one I've never done before for Christmas. And I'm telling you, now that I've done it, I think I will continue to do it. Wait till I explain it to you, and then you're gonna wanna do it too. One of my favorite swaps for Christmas 2025 has got to be how I took my window treatments from here to here. Now, indulge me for a minute. I think this requires a little bit of explanation. Why did I choose to put black window treatments up instead of the white? Well, I have an arched wall across from us where the angels were just hanging. You just saw that, right? I also have my fireplace wall that has the nativity on it, and I painted the entire wall a black blue. That meant that there was a white wall here with white window treatments. It was too much contrast and didn't feel balanced to me. But I felt like I could balance out the black arched wall by bringing black over onto this wall. Now, what's so cool about this is 5 years ago, I would never have made a swap like this. Why? Because financially, it would have been way too expensive to do. Back in the day, we used to have custom window treatments made for our homes with a 10-foot ceiling. You couldn't buy those at Bed Bath & Beyond or something like that. Nowadays, I bought these on Amazon. And so let me just tell you, these black velvet grommeted curtains that hang so perfectly in their pleats, this wall here cost me $200. Now that is an investment that, I mean, I don't even want to change it back out to the white because I think it looks so dramatic and so amazing on this wall. I also applied the swaps concept to my entryway. I had a beautiful piece of art above my credenza. We took that piece of art out and we swapped it for this. An amazing sconce attached to the wall has a cord that runs down and plugs in underneath. So it's not a permanent piece, but it adds so much warmth and glow in this space. It is rather random, don't you think, to take down a piece of art and then put up a sconce? And a sconce all by itself probably wouldn't have been enough. Large as it is, it needed something beside it. So when I found this garden sculpture of an angel, which of course goes with my nativity theme this year, she just sort of leads your eye up. Look at her hair, it matches the finish. Good girl. Thinking outside the box, that's what I want you to do as you consider all the swaps you've seen today. Where are areas in your home that you can do this? Number one, that's what you need to think about. Number two, what could you do affordably if that's an issue? And it is for most of us. What could you do with a few picks and sprays and maybe some sort of figurine? And number three, are you concerned about your ability to do it? Don't be. Because I have a whole slew of videos that came out just this year where I demonstrate with you and to you exactly what I showed you in the beginning of this video. You can make a huge difference in your home, and I can't wait to cheer you on. Leave me a comment below. I want to know, what is your takeaway from this video today? I also want to know, have you already started decorating? And what's your color scheme? And what are you doing this year? I wish I could see photos of all your houses. And by the way, there's nothing to stop you from doing that. You can send photos to me at hello@RebeccaRobeson.com. I would love for you to share with me what you've done in your home. I bet it's absolutely beautiful. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Thanks for coming today. Bye-bye.